Thank you, Mr. President. I would be remiss if I did not speak of Mayor David Dinkins, the first black mayor of New York City, one of the first black mayors in the nation. I would be remiss because he was also a Marine veteran, as I am. David Dinkins was a Marine veteran. Now, if you're studying what's happening politically, you're seeing that most of the political people who are running and winning seats just happen to be Marines on both sides of the aisle. I think it's a fascinating phenomenon that why such a small branch of service is producing such a large influx of people going into politics. Perhaps it's the ideas of leadership that they speak of that David Dinkins epitomized. The Marine Corps, of course, speaks of just doing it and not talking about it. And that was David Dinkins. He was not much of a talker. If you wanted a great speech, he could give it, but if you wanted a great speech, there are so many others. But if you wanted somebody who actually got it done, you would go to a David Dinkins. And they epitomize, the Marine Corps speaks of loyalty. A very big thing in Marine Corps is loyalty. We pride ourselves, we brag. We will leave nobody on the battlefield. And we mean that literally, no body on the battlefield. When we go home, everybody goes home. In fact, one of the greatest crimes in there is not to have a spirit de corps, not to have a sense of team, a sense of leaving someone on the battlefield that's the equivalent of not being a Marine. You're not a Marine if you left somebody. We will absolutely charge anything, and David did that. He had to charge incredible battles. It's a different New York and a different America. The idea of a black mayor at the time was unthinkable. And many people went out of their way to make sure that it would never happen. And he had to bear all of these indignities with a quiet discipline that was a model for generations of elected to come. I learned a lot from him, although I don't have his discipline, nor do I have his patience. I learned a lot from him. He was an incredible person. He came at a New York similar to a time like this. It was such a crazy time that he had to channel and deal with. His programs to deal with crime actually were the things that drove down the crime of New York. His predecessor, the now, I almost said disgraced, but I'll leave that out. His predecessor was able to, I'm sorry, not his predecessor, the guy in back of him was able to take the credit for his anti-crime maneuvers and bills, but he actually got Albany to give the money to bring on the cops, to give the money to have an attack on crime, a wide-ranging attack on crime that led to New York City becoming the safest city of its day. We will have to do similar in the days to come. Let us all learn from David Dinkins in the moments to come. Thank you, Mr. President, for that.